So they go either way, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's on. Okay, you can get all your cussing out of the way now if you want. We're not.
I'm sorry, I'm not you.
Okay.
Unnecessary.
We'll cuss on the way out. So.
You can cuss your way out,
Okay.
and I'll be there to support you about that.
Thank you. All right, this is on. So we're over here with Siosi Wei Mao, owner, god of Ramana Fitness, and we're going to talk about him and what he does.
Hey, you made that sound way too serious. Could
Yeah.
you make it sparky, be alive?
I was nervous, that's why I did that way.
You were nervous.
I was nervous.
He was nervous. Who does this for a living is nervous?
I'm a nervous wreck. Well, no, I'm a nervous person, though.
A nervous wreck.
I'm a nervous wreck. No, I'm not a nervous wreck. No.
Got it.
All right, CLC Wei Mao. Wait, I need to like tell them who I am first.
Yeah. Vince, who are you?
I have no idea. Let's see. Okay, so I guess
You ready to rock?
we're ready, yeah.
Let's rock.
4 12-minute segments.
Awesome.
All right, here we come. I'll play the music. I'll cue you one to time. You should hear the music through the headphones. You
yes.
can probably hear without even wearing
Oh, yeah.
them. In 3, 2, and...
That was me. Oh, you can turn these on. You can put them on. Yeah. Well, he'll hear me, right?
I'll put it on the speakers for a moment.
Yeah, you don't need them on.
Happy Sunday, this is Vincent Villafranca. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21 Award here in Chula Vista. My direct number for real estate is buying and selling is area code 619-972-8798. I've been a realtor in San Diego for almost 15 years, and I've been given the opportunity to do a radio show. And today, my guest, he's a very interesting guy. I've never heard of you in my life. I've found your name. Well, no, I found it through mutual friends. This is Siosi Wei Mao. He's an extremely popular Polynesian descent gym owner, Ramana Fitness, but he also owns a dance studio with your family. Right?
That's correct.
Right. So how are you today, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, and you?
I'm doing great, and you know it's funny. I'm trying to like minimize my thoughts here because I googled Siosi yesterday, and I didn't know that he has such a gigantic following of friends, followers, people who work out at his gym, people who follow Polynesian dance. I didn't know that.
All 6 of them.
All 6 of your friends,
Mhm.
or maybe like 6 million in San Diego.
And 5 that are my family.
So I don't know how far your reach is, though. I still don't know because I'm still learning about you. But I reached out to Siosi recently because to expand my real estate network. That's what I do. But on the second part of it is that I wanted to meet him as a person because he has everybody who has heard of him always say he's a great guy. He has a giant following. He has a very interesting story, an interesting life story. So how is it going? How are you going today, sir? How are you doing today?
I can't complain. Life is exactly what it's supposed to be.
So rather than me take this from your childhood, because we'd be here for 5 hours, right? We can't do that. Let's talk about 9 years ago, before you had the lung issues and all that. 9 years ago, what were you doing? You had Ramana Fitness, and what else were you doing at that time?
8 years ago, I had my gym and still had my dancing studio.
Right.
Life was awesome and still is awesome. Family and I were doing great, and we still are. And life was just starting to get interesting at this point of my life.
What made it interesting? Was it the success? Because you were doing everything. You had the gym, you were doing PIFA events, you were dancing. Like, what made it so popular for you at that? What made it so good for you at that time?
It wasn't, for me, it was basically the opportunity to live my life the way I wanted to. Which
Right.
I, created a dancing studio, and right next to it we opened up a gym.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a life that I created for my family and I, and not have to work for anybody else.
Right. So before getting into owning the gym, right? What were you doing at that point? Before the gym? Just wondering what before.
Well, I was a private investigator for 12 years.
Really?
Did some.
So now I know you find out you're a secret agent. Now I find out. And then, right?
Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Yeah, but I was a private investigator for 12 years, and that's what brought me to San Diego. Lost my job and became a truck driver.
Right.
And did some odd work here and there.
And through the whole time you've been seriously into fitness, and
I've
that's
always
been
been
your
in
whole
fitness
life.
my whole life.
Right. So 8-9 years ago, you own the dance studio, which is next to Ramana Fitness.
That's
right?
correct.
And how long has that been in existence? The dance studio?
It's been around for about 12, 13 years.
So okay, so you did that prior to Ramana Fitness, right?
No, actually, Ramana Fitness came right after the
After the dance.
after the dance studio.
Okay.
It was born during the dance studio.
Mhm. And so 8 years ago, so you're doing all that. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. Now, you were diagnosed with an issue. How many years ago is that, the lung issue?
It's 2010.
And then I noticed that a lot of it was documented on
It was.
YouTube, yeah. So tell me more about that and how it affected you, because you were a very strong person, physically strong person at that time, and then you get diagnosed with this. Now, how did that make you feel? Like, what happened to your world at that time?
Nothing happened. I basically lived my life as if my lungs was just fine. Cared for my kids a lot more and loved my wife a lot more, and just
Right.
I continued to live life instead of sitting there pouting and crying about things.
So you never had the point where you felt sorry for yourself. You were always feeling empowered. You were always feeling, well, this is not going to get me down, right?
No, my memories of my father and my siblings kept me moving forward. The mana part of my answers of being behind me and pushing me forward regardless of what I was going through in life.
He said the mana from his ancestors. Exactly what is mana? Not a lot of people know that. What that
Well, the
is.
mana for us in Polynesia it's very spiritual. It could be spiritual, it could be anything that uplifts you
Mhm.
and moves you forward when you're down on your knees.
So it's basically a driving force that keeps you going. So it makes you feel like you're not by yourself. There's someone
That's it.
with
There's
you.
always someone or something that's moving you forward, and that's when you dig deep inside, when you're down on your knees or whatever you're doing in life that holds you down or holds you back.
And so you were diagnosed with this, and then what were the doctors telling you?
At one point they had told me that I had 6 months to live.
Really?
6 months.
And then what were you thinking? It's not going to happen, right? You're like, it doesn't affect you.
You know, I had to prepare my family
Yeah.
for what if it was to happen. And that was the toughest part, is making sure that they were okay
Mhm.
if it did happen.
Mhm.
But I never doubted that it was, that was going to go.
And so at this point, you're in your 40s, and you're having this lung issue. So did you get on a waiting list to get, what happened? Did you have to get new lungs, or one lung, or two lungs, or were you ever a smoker, or anything like that?
Did you never smoke? Maybe I lied. I smoked when I was a child
Right.
and coughed a lot and stopped smoking when I was.
You weren't a regular, just a little bit, just like experiment. Just,
Yeah, experimented with smoking. That's it.
And then how was your, after you got the lungs in, and how did you get the lungs? Did you have to skip line? I mean, there's a big waiting list for those, right?
Yeah, I was on the list for, I believe it was a month
So that
before I
quickly?
received it that quick.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, in order for them to find a matching donor, how do they do that? Do they have to find someone of your ethnicity, or someone with the same blood type, or
Same blood type and the same size.
same? And that's it. So
Size.
it could be any
Could
age.
be anybody. Yeah, basically.
And you know, when I talked to you before, after you put the new lungs in, right? You had a double lung transplant.
That's correct.
How did they get that in? Did they open your body up, or?
They basically opened me from here to here, from
Uh-huh.
each side of the chest to the other
Right.
side, ripped it open, cracked it open, and did what they had to do.
Wow. And then you said, what happened 6 months later after you put them in?
I ran a little marathon, 26 miles.
So you ran 26 miles with brand new lungs.
Yeah. Had a lot of friends that helped me out throughout the run.
And were you a runner prior to that?
I'm never a runner. I was a sprinter, not a runner. But I wanted to, for myself, I wanted just to keep myself moving forward. I didn't want to slow things down
Yeah.
for myself. Because for me, it was mental. Keeping
Right.
my mental going was everything.
Right, let me turn that bit off. So you had this issue and they resolved it. Now, how is your body now?
I'm not at 100%, but I accept it for who I am. I accept that body, I accept me. I love this new person.
When you say not 100%, you're not where you were before, but you're strong. You're quite strong still.
I'm still quite
compared
strong.
compared to everybody else, obviously. So you had this lung issue. They fixed it. Now, how did that change your life?
Well, it changed my life for a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got back into life, and I went back doing the same old thing. My mind never changed.
Mm-hmm.
Went back to the routine of life and got lost
After you got the lung.
after I got the lung transplant.
So what do you mean you got lost? How did that happen? What do you mean?
It means you get back into life and you're just doing what you did at all times.
So you basically, like what a lot of people do, they just take it for granted. They go, well,
Yeah.
I'm strong again, nothing's going to faze me.
Exactly.
Done.
You just
Right.
get back to being the same Joe. That everyday Joe, you go to work and you do this and you do that, and then you repeat the process.
Mm-hmm.
And that wore me down.
So what made you get out of that?
Well, I had a friend, his name is Mr. Rivera.
Uh-huh.
He changed my life in 5 minutes.
What did he do?
He sat down and looked into my eyes and told me things and kind of interviewed me and told me what I was going through in life and how I could change it.
When we get back, we'll talk more with COC Vaimao. We'll get back into his gym and again what he's gone through in his life. So we'll be right back in a couple minutes. Then.
That was your 2-minute countdown, just so you
Oh,
know.
That's all right, you can add the
Oh, yeah,
minutes
we'll
added
add-
to
we'll add
that
it
segment,
later.
it's no
We'll add it
biggie.
later.
Sorry about that, I didn't mean to catch you off guard, I was just giving you a 2-minute.
Well, I didn't have my contacts on, so I just.
No worries. All right, give me
So
just a
we're going to talk about what transpired with that conversation really quickly about that, and then we'll get into the gym, and then we can really talk about the gym stuff. So, yeah. Is there anything you want to talk about, or it doesn't matter?
It's your show.
Oh no, it's your show actually. You can talk about whatever you want to do.
You know, I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to talk about things, but if I'm asked a question,
Okay.
then I can go.
Okay.
I don't want to sit and talk to you.
All right.
So just give me a shout whenever you guys are ready, I'll bring you in with
Um,
some music. Take as long as you need in between, no rush.
Yeah, we can start now.
All right, here we come in 3, 2.
And we're back. This is Vincent Villafranca, your real estate agent with Century 21 Award. You can always reach me direct at 619-972-8798. I'm sitting here with CLC Vaimao. He's owner of Ramana Fitness in Claremont.
Okay.
In Claremont, and he's been the owner of that gym for more than 10 years,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
He had a double lung transplant several years ago, and he's had some issues with that, but he's a lot better now. And he's had some life-changing things that have happened to him. And he spoke to Mr. Rivera. And what did Mr. Rivera tell you to help you change your life?
Well, he put my life in a different perspective. He told me what I've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
who I'm being, and what I could be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was doing was basically being every single human that's walking this life.
You were being what? Say it again?
Being just a regular human.
Being a regular human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did he define regular humans? Like for example, you're a leader in the Polynesian community. You know, a lot of times we say we're not leaders, but whenever you do something that's different, all of a sudden you become a leader. You are doing things that are different, so people look at you as a leader. That's where society puts us when you're doing something different. So where did he say you could be? Like where did he say you could be, or instead of being a regular human, where could you be the best CLC? Like what did you have to do?
Well, at the end, it's being the best person that I've been here in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and where I could move forward with being the best person in my head. Not a physical thing, but it's more mental, a mental state.
Because physically you've always been strong. That's never been
right.
an issue. So where he said you could be a better human mentally.
Correct.
That's what you're saying. And then how like what did he say? What did he say you can do with that? Like what can you do?
Well, there's so much in between in our conversation.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's told me what my past has been,
Mm-hmm.
and what I've done, and I'd be okay with it. What I'm currently doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm repeating my process of life.
Basically,
so
you're
I
just,
learned what my father has taught me and so forth, and so I'm repeating exactly what my father has taught me, what my uncle has taught me, and so forth. And so I continue the cycle of recycling my
Right.
ancestors.
right. Well,
Going
that's,
somewhere, staying in the same place.
so basically like a little, like on a treadmill.
Yeah.
You're running and you're doing well, but you could jump off the treadmill and do better, I guess, something like
Correct.
that.
But I didn't have to be that.
Mhm.
That if it wanted to become something a little bit more, that I would have to change my thoughts.
So how do you, like, where are you gonna go with that though? Like, where do you wanna be in 5 years? I know that's a question people ask, but where do you see yourself being later on?
Well, I see myself helping every person they come in contact with.
That's what you're doing with me. You know, when we talk, you definitely help me, and I know you help a lot of other people. I'm not the only one, for
Yeah.
sure. So, and you help them by getting, like we were talking before, having really good conversations with them.
Basically, you know, in life, when we see people, we simply say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
And, well, I'm good, and then we walk away.
right.
And not really sitting down and having a real conversation with somebody and spending that quality time and talking about something that matters to them.
It's funny, I've only had maybe 3 conversations with 3 different people my whole life about that.
Yeah.
And you're like the 3rd one.
Just imagine that. You walk around life
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
only have
Maybe
3
like 3.
deep conversations
Yeah.
with 3 people in your life.
Probably, yeah. And that's it.
How sad is that?
It's pretty sad.
It's sad
Because,
because when you look at it, I mean, when you look
Yeah.
at your life, I mean, you know, if you're 30, 40, 50 years,
Mhm.
and you only spend, what, 10, 20, 30 minutes
Mhm.
talking to somebody about something that matters to you or something that really matters to somebody
Mhm.
else.
I definitely don't want to get in on that, talk about what that happened.
Well, but that's the way the world has always been. That
Yeah.
we never sit down and talk about what matters to them.
Mhm.
We're always so fake in our life that we want everybody to look at us to be certain
Mm.
person, that we put ourselves in a pedestal and we want nobody else to look at us as who we are.
I think it's because a lot of people don't want to seem like they're vulnerable. Everybody wants to look powerful, and nobody wants to say, well, this is where I'm weak at. Nobody wants to say that.
Well,
Right.
there's power in being vulnerable.
But a lot of people don't want to show that. I know what you're saying though.
Got it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They go, well, I'm this, I'm perfect, this is what I do, I'm the best at this, and that's it. And I don't want to talk about what I'm weak at.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
the way the world works.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what we do in life, and it's fake.
So back to Ramana Fitness. So I was on the website, and you do physical training, obviously.
Correct.
And you also do some sort of spiritual training as well. And there's a lot of different things you do with people there. Like, give me an example of that. Like, for example, this one here, this is on the website. It says, here's what we will do for you. Reach and maintain healthy body fat percentage that's normal. Improve metabolism. But the biggest thing I saw here on your website was self-awareness. Is that through conversations with the people
It's
who go to
all
the gym?
about conversation. It's making people be aware of who they are and where they're at this moment of life.
And you do that at your gym? You sit,
I
you
do
sit
it.
people down?
I like to. It all depends on who's walking in, and I can see
Mm.
what they're going through.
Yeah.
And if you actually sit down and watch somebody walk in, then you can tell a lot about a person. A lot in the
Mm.
first 5 minutes of seeing somebody.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you would have to take that time to actually look and focus on their eyes and where they're looking.
Mhm, mhm.
And if you don't, if you're just a regular schmo, it's high and by. But when you take that
Yeah.
time, you get to see everything.
I noticed that there's some people at your gym, right? Say they go to your gym 5 years ago. They get in the best shape of their life, right? You see them 5 years later, what happened? It's the same thing, right? They left your gym, their body's changed, but their mind didn't change along with the body. You ever run into that?
Got it? Yeah, there's a lot of that happens.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to stay engaged in what you do. You have to understand you've gotten this point of your life because you've done A, B, and C. And you have to relive that A, B, and C throughout life.
Yeah, because you go through a diet plan, and then when someone's in there not beating you up to do your thing, you go back to your normal ways.
That's it.
Right.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about with myself.
Mm.
I came back and became the ordinary person
Mm.
and lived life as if everything was okay.
So I guess in order to change mentally, in order to change your diet, in order to change your body, you have to change your mind first.
Mind is everything.
Yeah. That's
We don't call it diet where we're at.
Mm.
It's
It's a life
It's a life.
change. It's a
You gotta
life change.
change that, make it a life.
It's like the yo-yo diet, right? Someone goes on, they take a diet shake, whatever, for a month, they lose 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Nothing changes, they gain 20 pounds
Yeah.
again, because they got all their instructions for the diet on the back of the box.
That's it. That's it. Right? But if you make it simple, eat healthy.
Mhm.
What is eating healthy to you?
Right.
Cutting up all the crap. You cut up every single thing that the man has made so that you can eat what the earth has produced.
So what do you, in your diet plans or lifestyle food plans, what are you telling the people that go to your gym, what are you telling them to eat? Like how should they eat?
Eat simple.
I've heard that.
Make it as simple as possible so that way you're not overeating.
And so not a lot of fast food,
Yeah.
not processed food.
That's right.
Do you encourage people to cook their own food?
You have to encourage them to cook their own food
What-
so they
what-
know exactly what's going in their body.
What if it's for the busy guy and he just can't do that?
No. Every busy person has enough time to sit down and make their own food.
And you're
And
gonna
if
say
you
that.
if you make
Yeah.
enough money, have somebody else create that for you, so you can stay healthier up here in your mind, in your body.
So you don't tell them, say, well, part of the Ramana, you have to take this shake or whatever. You don't, none of that stuff, right?
Well, there
Natural-
comes a
natural
time where you
foods.
do need it.
You can't do that.
Especially these days. I mean, we're lacking of everything in life
Mhm.
because of what we have.
And there's basically vitamins in there and protein and nothing fake in there.
Yeah, because we're not eating the basic food.
And what is the basic food? Like what should we be eating? Like what type? What is it? Like vegetables or fruit?
Fruits and vegetables, have some fruits.
It's pretty simple. Just
It's
it's
that simple.
self-explanatory, right?
If you simplify it, you want to eat what you grow.
Mhm.
But it's hard these days because everything's out there for you.
Mhm.
You're dealing with everyday life and walking to McDonald's and walking by
Mhm.
this place and that fast food.
Mhm.
So it's rough.
So do you see a lot of people have trouble with that, with the diet part? Because part of getting us healthy is it's almost what 80% diet, right? Or a big part of that is just diet.
It is a big portion of that is diet.
Do a lot of people struggle with that at your gym, or some?
We all know, yeah, but we all know how to lose weight, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter because you're not going to do it.
Mhm.
Every single person knows exactly what they need to do, but there's no support.
Just no.
There's
right.
no accountability.
Mhm.
They're not going to be accountable to themselves.
So at your gym, are you or the trainers also accountability partners?
That's what we'll pay for. To be that, to stand for them and make sure that they're doing exactly what they need to do for themselves.
And how long, or do you have specific program durations at Ramana Fitness? Like 1 month, or 6 months, or a year, or 2 years?
My program is a 6-month program.
Uh-huh.
I have 3 phases. The first phase is getting somebody to be nice and be conscious of themselves and what they're eating and making sure that they're doing things, motions, movements.
Well, say me, for example. Say, just so it's easier. I don't want to lose much weight. I'm 197 pounds, right? And I don't want to be 160. I just don't want to do that.
You would look a little sick if you...
Yeah, that's too much. But I do want to add muscle and lose some fat.
Yeah.
And be in the 190 still, that's fine.
Yeah.
What would you tell me to do? There's a lot of us out there who work out and we're like that.
Definitely eat a little bit more protein and do some push-ups.
I hate push-ups.
Yeah. But you're giving me your goal. This is people's problem.
I like running.
Yeah,
I
I get
like
it. So,
my legs.
listen to what you just asked me. You asked me how can you put on a little mass, and
Yeah.
then I tell you what you need to do, and the first thing you say is, I hate that. Right?
Yeah.
If your goal is up here, and I'm giving you how to get up there, and you're saying, no, I don't want to.
Right.
That's everyday person.
So now I got to do them now.
Yeah.
I got to do them. The fact that I told you on there, I hate push-ups, now I got to go home and do them.
Yeah,
I
so
have to do them.
when
That's
you're-
my mind. I just got it now.
So when you were 2-something, what did you have to do to lose that weight?
Sheesh. Like throughout my 40s, I was like 220, 225.
Got it.
When we come back, Siosi's going to give me some tips on my particular body type and how his gym can affect me and get me in better health. So we'll be right back in a few minutes then.
All right.
Okay, we'll get into that.
This guy.
Yeah, they're
I hate that.
Don't be afraid to circle back to what the gym is. And
Oh, we're
how,
gonna circle back. We're
know
talking.
what I mean,
yeah.
and how they can get a hold of him in each segment, because
Yeah.
people don't stay tuned in the whole segment.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So if you repeat it here and there so that people can actually go
Use-
there,
use
that
the
would be
restroom real
great.
quick.
Yeah, no problem.
1 second.
Hey, enjoy.
Huh?
Enjoy.
I don't-
Coffee.
Hope everything comes out okay.
I should be okay.
I'll be right there.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Justin. Too funny. Everybody does that, right? We say, I don't want to do that really.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. That
No.
sounds terrible.
Nobody does.
I want to be skinny, but I don't want to work for it.
Exactly, right? And that's every single person that comes across.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is those that actually have money get to dictate how their life is.
Mhm.
And those that have no money can't do anything about it. And there's very few that actually doesn't have any money, but they have the drive just to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it makes sense.
but it's sad.
It's hard. There's too much good food out there that people don't have willpower over saying
Right.
no when they're hungry.
You're right, and it's amazing. I mean, you
It's
know,
terrible.
the challenge is not for just everybody has that challenge.
Oh yeah.
Even I still really want to eat great stuff and
It's
drink my
hard.
beer and have everything else. Yeah, but it's tough.
It is tough for sure. So what do you do that's different at your gym compared to another gym?
For me, the training is secondary.
Yeah.
For me, primary is making sure that
mental.
the mental capacity is that they're constantly present in what they're doing in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they're walking down the street, what are they doing? Are they thinking about the past or are they thinking about the future?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if I can get them just to be present
In that moment, yeah.
in that moment in what they do in life, whether it's their kids, so my focus is to make sure that they're present.
Makes
Because if
sense.
they can be present with me, that means I'm here.
Mhm.
If we can really talk about you or talk about the things that matters.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because once we can do that, and once we can get them out of the past and get them out of the future,
Uh-huh.
and get them to be present, then we can really do the work.
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting there and
Because
I'm
they're ready
working
to
out,
work
all,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they're working out and their mind is somewhere else, that means that they're not here and they're not really doing the work that they're supposed to
Yeah,
be doing.
that makes sense.
That's when someone's working out.
No, she just asked
I
me.
was just saying what makes you so different from any other gym, and he was saying because he works on the mental state first to make sure that people are present in that moment so
Yeah.
that they're ready to work and ready to fix what it is.
Yeah,
that
I think you also have to want to get better. Like in your
Mhm.
mind, you're like, I want to be a better person. I want to be in better shape. You have to want to be better.
Very
Like
true.
you want
Right.
to be more organized.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I'm totally
So, yeah.
teasing.
Here's
I'm
Here's the
joking.
way that it's always been in my gym.
Wait, put that on camera.
Yeah,
Put
save
on.
it for
Okay. So here's the way it's always been in my gym is that most people in life use, their last draw in life is losing weight.
You
So
should
when that
save
happens,
this. You should save this for your next segment,
Oh.
though.
Yes.
I feel like you should.
Okay, we can start.
All right.
He
here
still has 2 more
we
segments.
come. In 3, 2, and
And we're back. This is Vincent Villafranca. I'm sitting here with Siosi Vamau,
that's great.
and he is the owner of Ramana Fitness. If they want to reach Ramana Fitness and to get a consultation on how to burn fat, increase muscle, lose weight, how can they reach your gym?
They can reach me at Ramana Fitness, RAWMANA fitness.com, or they can call me at 858-688-4399.
And they can have a free consultation to let them know what you have to do?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, at the break, we were talking about your gym.
We're talking about you.
Okay, we're talking about me.
Your
We
goal.
flipped it. Okay, my goal. So my goal, I want to lose some fat. Not all my fat. Little fat's good, right? Not
Gotta
too
have some fat.
Little fat. And I want to increase muscle, but I don't want to be gigantic. I just want to increase muscle. Strength, basically.
That's it.
Strength. What would you tell me if I went to your gym? What would you tell me to do? First, the diet, obviously, right?
Well, the diet, I would definitely have to get you back in eating as basic as possible.
Mhm.
You know? Have you guys heard that bet you can't just eat one chip commercial?
I know that well. It's
True,
true.
I can't remember what thing it was, but
Lay's.
there's a, okay,
Can't eat one
Lay's,
Lay's.
whatever it is.
Yeah, Lay's.
So when they say that you can't eat just one, there's a lot of fact in that because when
Yeah.
you put that chip in your mouth and all of the sugars and all of the salt that's in there, it all gives you that sense of,
I'm a huge chip fan. I
Right?
don't eat ice cream. I'm a huge chip. Any kind of
Yeah.
chip. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it explains to me why you got so big.
Yeah.
So when you
Oh,
eat
bag
that
of
chip
chips.
and you put that chip
Yeah.
in your mouth and you actually eat that,
Mhm.
there's no value in it. There's no nutritional value in that,
No,
but
there
the
is
taste
not. No.
and the sugar and the salt tells your body,
Salt.
oh, I gotta have more, I gotta have more.
Salt's good. Well, tastes good.
This guy. More like salt and this and sugar. This guy.
Salt. I'm a salt
Got it.
guy. Salt.
So, but once again,
Right.
the fact is that sugar and salt
Sure.
is what keeps you thinking that you need to eat more. And there's no nutritional value in that. So your body triggers, I gotta eat more, feed me, feed me, feed me.
Mhm.
But if you take that and you had a carrot, if you had one carrot, your body will tell you to stop,
No, I know.
right?
You're-
Because there's nutrient inside of that carrot where you can, most of the time, you can't even finish a carrot. Your body says, I'm full, I'm done, you can put me away. But with the bag of chips, you can sit here and eat 2, 3, as many as you want, as long as you
And you
want to
look
eat.
down, the bag's gone. It's
That's
like,
it.
what happened? You shake it, there's like 3 chips in there. I
That's
just
right.
opened it.
No, I want more.
Yeah. Oh, I killed those chips.
That's it.
So it's sort of when you eat something that's bad for you, for some reason it does something to you, to your brain, more of a.
It's everything. I mean, it changes the way that your receptors work, and the receptor tells you to eat some more when you shouldn't. So there's a source of false things that are happening all over.
Like a false high
That's it.
from the food.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a question. There's always been a big debate, before we get back to me, on coffee. Do you guys drink a lot of coffee, or do you just not put black coffee, or is that a bad thing? What do you guys think of, or moderation, or what?
you know what? I've heard some studies about coffee and how it
Yeah.
keeps those that are older, it stimulates their mind.
Right.
Yeah, and they're a lot more aware now than they ever been because of coffee. And it keeps the mental state going. Is it bad for you? Yeah, there's a lot of it's very acidic.
Mm-hmm.
It's very acidic, and that's why we require you to drink a lot more water.
And then doesn't being acidic, it makes you put on fat, an acidic environment in your body, right?
Well, our body works is being very acidic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we're always trying to repair that and make sure that
Uh-huh.
we release it out of our body.
So back to me, diet. I have to stay away from bad foods, obviously,
Stay away from man-made food.
man-made food. Okay, now in terms of my working out, push-ups, upper body, like what would I do?
Do your total body workout. You can do some squats. You can do as many as you want. But if you're just now starting, start with 50
Yeah,
and
yeah,
slowly increase until your body's used to that number.
right.
Yeah.
And at my age, will I get huge?
There's no such thing as huge. What is huge?
Like, well, here's the thing, when I was growing up, right, I would lift weight. I used to lift when I was, 18, 19 years old. But when you're 18, 19 years old, you lift, and at the same time you eat more.
Got it.
So you get that bulk. You get that bulky feeling, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Your face gets a little rounder, your muscles get a little bigger,
Mhm.
but so that's what I mean by bulk. I guess
Got
because I'm eating wrong, at the same time it's getting bigger. I think that's what it was.
Got it. Got it. Well, our body recovers a lot faster at that age.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
all it is. I mean, now you can't get too big. Your body
Not even if I
can
try.
only grow so much
Right.
unless you enhance it with some steroids that you're going to get bigger.
Does raw modified, do they do that?
No.
No stress, everything's natural and all.
Gotta be natural.
What about supplements?
Definitely,
Raw
there's always supplements that you can use. If you're lacking the nutrient that you have, you gotta get supplements.
Right,
Yeah.
so like amino acids or protein powders, that sort of thing.
That's it. If you're lacking that, you need
Yeah.
something to.
Can you eat that versus take supplements? Can you eat the supplements? I mean, eat food that'll take the place of supplements? Is there?
Yeah, if you actually ate all the food that you're supposed to,
Right.
eating naturally, you would have
Right.
everything that you need. Your body needs is provided, but we don't eat that way these days. And we have to look. The reality of life is we're faced with everything else without nutrient.
Mhm.
What we eat at restaurants, there's
Mhm.
no nutrient because it's all destroyed when it's being cooked.
Now, total body workout for someone like me, what would that encompass? What would I have to do?
Yeah, do some sit-ups, some
That's-
squats, some sit-ups,
I do sit-ups.
some push-ups.
You can't,
some
but
dips.
I do crunches, I do that. But then you have to protect my lower back, because I had issues there before.
Got it.
So a lot of sit-ups, a lot of crunches, and then do you recommend calisthenics or weights?
Calisthenics
Calisthenics
Yeah.
versus,
versus weights.
as I noticed that I've watched your videos. How can they see you on Instagram? How do they find
It's
you?
you can reach me on Instagram on Ramana Fit.
And a lot of the videos you do, I've never seen videos like that. No, not at all. There are videos where I see a guy holding a boulder, and he's on top of a fence, moving across the fence, and
That's
the
correct.
fence is maybe 8 inches wide, so I guess he's working on his balance,
Stability,
stability,
core,
and that's core, and then has
muscle endurance.
and muscle endurance, and has weight. So,
That's right.
and then so when he falls off, he's got to get back on and
That's it.
do it again. I've never seen that. And also, you have people, you know, not picking up boulders and running around the building, right?
That's correct.
And what type of exercise? Is there a name for that?
It's
There is a name for that. I just can't remember it.
You know what I've done with Brahmana Fitness is take everything that I learned.
Movement
Yes,
versus
movement.
just weights.
That's right.
Right.
So I'm taking everything I learned as my father was building houses and doing labor. So
Yeah.
it's taking labor, because my father was his best when he was doing labor work. So I took that and turned it into workout.
Oh, interesting.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Right,
Like
right.
if you got a hammer, you're constantly beating down.
Like
the
the
bricks and
hammer
stuff.
hitting the tires.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
That's a movement exercise.
It's a movement. Everything should be a movement.
Right.
Unless you're a bodybuilder. Then you can sit down and you need to build your biceps and
Yeah.
isolate certain muscles.
Right. Right. Right.
Other than that, where I believe that most people in general just needs to move.
Uh-huh.
If we can just teach our body to be able to do certain things, we're going to be okay.
Uh-huh.
Right? And that's all it is.
So if for someone like me, not a bodybuilder, just for you stress movements
Correct.
with balance, work on stability,
That's it.
core, maybe some light weights, but more calisthenics,
Correct.
that sort of thing.
Correct.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And I saw a video with you, last night. You were jumping up a tire.
That's correct.
So that time you're a very agile person, right? Can that be taught? Can that be learned? Or
Of course. We have a lot of fears. A lot of people have a lot of fears about doing certain things that they've never done before.
right?
So we have to break them down and change the way that they look at
Mhm.
what their fears are
Mhm.